Lebanese authorities say when they unloaded containers bound for Syria, they found this: crates full of machine guns, artillery shells, and rocket-propelled grenades. The shipment was found aboard a Sierra Leone registered vessel that reportedly originated in Libya, had stops in Turkey and Egypt before being intercepted off the coast of Lebanon. The Syrian government has long charged that rebels were getting outside help in smuggling arms into the country, blaming Friday's suicide bombing in the capital on armed thugs. It accuses the opposition of violating a UN-brokered truce more than 1,300 times. Syrian activists blame the government for continuing the crackdown, protesting in places like Douma, worst hit by the violence.
The aim of the Syrian government is probably also what has been consistently done by the Syrians for the past year, is to stretch out this process, this diplomatic process, to keep gaining time so that this government can continue its strategy of trying to militarily beat down and stop the uprising.
Syrian state media accused rebels of launching an attack by sea on a military unit on Saturday, the weapon seized in Lebanon helping them to point fingers. A blame game with a handful of UN observers caught in the middle, making it look increasingly unlikely they'll be of any use to the 1 million people so far displaced by the violence. Steve Chao, Al Jazeera.
Radwan Ziada joins us now from Washington, D.C. He is the Director of Foreign Relations for the opposition Syrian National Council. The Lebanese authorities have been unequivocal on this. They say that this intercepted shipment of weapons was bound for the Free Syrian Army. As the Syrian Council, or the Syrian National Council, which has huge authority and influence over the Free Syrian Army, do you accept this official version of events, or do you dispute it?
We have to wait and see for more investigation about this issue, because the information we've got from the Syrian government or from the Lebanese government is not enough. This is why we are waiting for full investigation and more information about this issue.
Well, the Lebanese authorities apparently have enough information. They say that the ship originated in Libya, that it docked in the Egyptian city of Alexandria en route to Lebanon. No one in Lebanon is disputing this. Are you?
But the route is true, but they said also that the captain is the Syrian, and we don't know that he's close to the opposition or much closer to the Syrian regime, because we've been used such kind of accusations from the Syrian government where every day they violate the resolution 2042-43 without any stop of the violence from the government side. The arrest of the activists continue, the killings is continue, and the shelling of the cities continue. What's happening 2 days ago, where the massacres has been carried out in Hama, they launch rockets. This is the first time they use such kind of rockets, where after a week of the ceasefire. I think that it's clear that the Assad regime
the other side would argue, and many people would also accept the fact that the ceasefire has been broken by both sides. Many would say that the opposition has become increasingly militarized. Just look at today's latest example of this army unit being attacked by what I believe to be rebel forces from the sea. Where is the Free Syrian Army getting its weapons from?
Who can believe in that? Who can believe in that? That's the Free Syrian Army. They have boats to attack the Assad regime from the sea. This is accusations. No one believes it.
Are you suggesting the regime is attacking itself?
No, I think that I display all the story, because all the stories being carried out by the Syrian regime or by Syrian state TV. It's clear that it's inaccurate. It's what's happened in the last 4 days. Every day killings continue, and the Assad regime is always silent on that.
Can you deny, though? Can you deny that the Free Syrian Army obviously are using weapons to attack the government, that they have weapons at their disposal? And if you could possibly answer the question I asked just moments ago, where are these weapons coming from?
80 or 90% of the weapons coming from the Assad militias itself is from internal sources, and this is clear according to the many many reports, many think tanks approve that.
Okay, just assuming your figures are accurate, where does the remaining 10 or 20% of these weapons come from? Which countries are actively providing you with these weapons?
No, there is no any of the countries providing the SNC or the Free Syrian Army with any weapons.
Well, you just said that only 80% comes from internal sources. I presume the rest comes from outside sources.
No, those Syrians who living outside of Syria, sending money to the Free Syrian Army to help the Syrian Army. This is a legitimate cause for the Free Syrian Army to defend himself. It's what's happened in Syria, everyday massacres, crimes, and the Syrian people and the Free Syrian Army have the right to defend of the Syrian people. The Assad regime lost the legitimacy but continue the cleansing of the Syrian people. The international community is not helping to help the Syrian. This is why became the Free Syrian Army officers the heroes of the Syrians.
But there has been increasing criticism of you, though, for not being transparent enough, for over-relying on support you get from outside sources, from outside powers, be it conservative Gulf countries, European countries, the United States. Have you received weapons from any of those outspoken supporters?
Yeah, do you see the United States as conservative country? No, the international community is not helping the Syrians. It has been 14 months of consistently everyday massacres, and this is why the international community have to do something to help the Syrian to stop these killings coming from the government side. It's clear, according to the UN Commission of Inquiry, what's happening in Syria, crimes against humanity. And now the international community has a responsibility to protect the civilians.
Where you're getting the weapons from, and there are reports now that there are some Israeli-made weapons that are found inside the country and have been confiscated by the government. Have you been receiving any kind of help from the Israelis or anyone else?
We never been received any weapons from any country, as I said before. It's 80 or 90% of the weapons coming from internal sources, from the corruption of the Assad regime, the Assad army. In the other sources, mostly the Syrians who are living outside, they are sending money to help the Syrians inside, to help the Free Syrian Army. This is why sometimes there is lack of ammunition among the Free Syrian Army. If we got support from countries, it's supposed the Free Syrian Army to be much more stronger and has much more authority on the ground.
Radwan Ziadi of the Syrian National Council joining us from Washington. Thank you very much.